Okay, so today is the first day of eating, and it was a good morning. I woke up, weighed in at 120.4, I think, and that's good. It's kind of bittersweet because I knew I'd start eating and I wouldn't be 120 anymore, but that's okay. That's okay. I made room, and so I got up. I had some water. I decided, start the day off with a little water. And did I have anything hot to drink? I don't think so. I think I went right to I had these crisps that I made in my dehydrator. They were the flaxseed, onion, tomato, and herb with salt. And it took a long time for them to cook up. In the morning, they were good, but not quite as crisp as they needed to be. But they were crisp enough to cut. So I cut a few slices of those and I had my first bite of food. And that was a good choice. That's a very healthy choice. And I went to the fridge, I went to the kitchen and I got an avocado that I had and I sliced that up. And I had some slices of avocado with the crisps to break my fast. And that was very good. Good way to do that. And overnight I had soaked chickpeas. So then I proceeded to make some hummus, which I make it with. I forgot I needed tahini for hummus, but I just used olive oil. And then while I was meditating, I had the idea to put some mayonnaise in it. Now that I can eat oil, it's just mayonnaise and everything. So I added a little bit of that. I knew that just the oil would probably need a little more something and salt and some cayenne. And it was kind of crumbly, but it was, it worked on a cracker with some avocado, and that was good. I ate several of those, and that was good. And let's see. Then what did I do? I did this, that, the other thing. I had probably a cup of tea, and what else did I? Oh yeah, it was in the afternoon when I was doing stuff. I had a little hunger, and I got my juice out from yesterday because I love my juice, and I had some juice. And let's see. Then when I got back, I got out the Wheat Belly cookbook because I really wanted to do some recipes from there. And I decided I wanted to make zucchini fritters because I knew how to do zucchini. So I went to the store and I got some Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese. Oh, cheese. I love cheese. And I grated that up because you can eat cheese on this diet. And what else was that? It was fried in olive oil. And you put flaxseed in it, ground flaxseed, which is great. Flax is always a good choice. And I fried those up. And meanwhile, I wanted to have some baked tofu. I had gotten tofu because I need a protein, kind of a meat substitute basically. And what I found out was all my frozen bacon, my frozen hamburgers, the ones I was using have wheat in them. Now I was at Walmart later and I did see a brand that did not have wheat in it. So that's good because it's really good to be able to pick up something that's prepared that you don't have to, process, especially when you're pressed for time. So I cubed up the tofu. I should have gotten firm. I didn't, so it was a little crumbly. And everything was crumbly today. Everything I made. But yeah, I cubed that up. I marinated it in the tofu, olive oil. What else did you have in that? A couple other things. But then the trick to make a nice crispy crust on it when it's baked in the oven is to take a plastic bag and shake the tofu in cornstarch. And cornstarch is, I don't know, might not be completely on the diet, but at least it's not wheat. And one of the things I noticed today was my nose was running. And it hasn't been running, and now it's running again. And it's like, what is it that I added when I stopped juicing that caused the nose to run? And it might be milk. Because, that's right, I had a couple glasses of milk today, a little earlier. And not big glasses, little glasses, but I did add milk. And that was really the only thing I could think of that would have caused an allergic reaction. I don't know, maybe I'm actually allergic to milk, for God's sakes. There goes my cheese. So, but I did have the runny nose, and that I did notice that because I thought, well, no wheat, no runny nose, but nope. So, so I baked up the tofu. After shaking it in the cornstarch in the oven, it was 15 minutes. Then you're supposed to turn it. I forgot to turn them. I just baked them for 30 minutes, and they're kind of done on one side, not the other. But the nice thing was they had that nice crispy shell. That lace kind of fried chickeny kind of crispy shell. They were good. They were really good. I had a few of them, and I had a zucchini cake, or maybe two. Maybe two. Maybe I had two of this. I think I had two. Yeah. And they were good. But the other thing I noticed is after I finished eating, one of the things that happens to me after I have a meal is I want something sweet. It's invariable that I want something sweet after my meal. And I noticed after that meal, I did not want anything sweet. And I was very satisfied. It was very, just satiating. So that was good. It was a nice part of the day. And then I did this, that, the other thing. I exercised a little bit. I did a really nice sauna and whirlpool tonight. Did a big scrub, with some oil that I had and some body wash, and the sauna and the whirlpool. It was very cleansing, relaxing. And after dinner, I really didn't want to cook a meal. I was kind of tired of cooking. Like, one of the things about when you're on one of these diets where you can't eat processed food is that in order to stay on it, I find that you end up having to do a lot of cooking. And it's usually to your benefit, and I've learned how to cook a lot of stuff that way. It's just, it takes a lot of time and, a lot of cleanup and a lot of shopping and ingredients, so I don't have that ingredient. So afterwards, I said I had seen this recipe in the Wheat Belly book that was gingerbread muffins. Well, they weren't really muffins. They were kind of like very dry, crumbly gingerbread cookies, according to the recipe as I followed it. Next time, I would add more water and 2 eggs. They just didn't stick together enough, I don't think, and maybe a little butter or some kind of shortening. But they were okay. But after they came out of the oven, and the base to it is the coconut flour, flaxseed, ground flaxseed, and almond flour. That's your basic baking mix on this diet. And I use coconut sugar for it, and all the spices, the cinnamon and the nutmeg, and what else? The ginger, really nicely spiced, and then you put your molasses in last. And it tasted like molasses. It smelled like molasses. But after I got it out of the oven, I was going to have it with some butter, because they were muffins, theoretically. I was going to have it with some butter. Well, I'd gotten a stick of Irish butter at Walmart, just one stick. That was all I had for my budget. And I looked at the stick, and it looked like it had mold on it, or it was like blue cheese. And I thought, what is this? And I looked at the label, and it was herbed butter. Well, I'm sure it's very good, and I'm sure I'll use it on some vegetables or something. It'll really come in handy, and I'm really looking forward to having it. But I still wanted that butter. So I did a run out to the local grocery store, because I also wanted to get some milk and some whipping cream, because I'm going to have half and half in my coffee, or I just want to have like a creamer in the house. So I got that, and I got some regular Irish butter. I really like Irish butter. I was really into making croissants for a while, and I started using, they said you needed to use European style butter. So I got in the habit of using the Kerrygold butter, and I really like it. I think it's just so superlative. And I got my Radiance Dairy milk, whole milk, and also whipping cream. So this Wheat Belly, they do allow you, and in the zucchini things, there was Parmesan cheese, which I love. So there's foods in here that I really like. So I did that, and I came home, I melted some butter, I put it on the gingerbread, like kind of cookies, crumbly stuff, and with the butter, it was very good. And I decided to have some of the whole milk that I had gotten at the store. There's something called golden milk. I think that's kind of what I had as my latte yesterday, and it's with turmeric and ginger. I had run out of ginger. Couldn't put that in there. I put a little cinnamon, a little honey, and I foamed it up. I have like a whipper to make kind of like a cappuccino thing, and it was very good. It was very good. And one of the other things all day long is, my pipes have had nothing in them at all. So all day long I was feeling and hearing these sounds of the system coming to life, passing gas and what else? Just I was sitting in meditation with a group and my stomach was making these noises as, things coursed through the system. It's okay. They, haven't been utilized for a while. So that's that. I feel pretty good tonight. This is day one of the wheat belly diet, après juice fast. So getting back to eating, it's going to be a new adventure to, investigate this. That's all I've ever done my whole life is investigate what's the best food to eat. When I was in college, this guy is William Davis. He has the wheat belly diet. Well, when I was in college, I was into Adele Davis. Let's cook right. And she had me eating liver like 3 times a day and whole wheat bread and oh my goodness, and honey, lots of honey. And I don't know. I've always just been searching for healthy foods, and it's gotten me away from the average prepared foods. I shun those, and I'm just refining what is it that is kind of the best for my body type. And I discover things that work, some that work better than others. I was on the Pritikin diet once, and I had great results with that, and that was like in the mid 80s, and I'm thinking William Davis says that the grain and the wheat was changed in the mid 80s. And I'm thinking that one of the reasons I was able to have such good results on that, because I was eating a lot of whole wheat, like a lot of bread, really, and whole grains, was because perhaps the bread was a little better, the wheat was a little better, because I've done that diet after that and have not gotten the same kind